Hello friends, thanks for tuning in. I'm Big Matt. Today I'm going to be calibrating a TEAC 3440 reel-to-reel. This is the TEAC 3440. It's the newer version of the classic TEAC 3340. One of the biggest changes that you'll see on this unit when you're making these calibrations is the way the cards are aligned. On the previous model, they were layered. It would be vertically, I guess, as opposed to horizontally, the way these are set in place. With the previous model, you'd have to fold down the first two banks of cards to get access to the other two cards beneath. This configuration is much more convenient to perform these calibrations. First up is the line level input adjustment. It tells us to put the output select switch to source, and that's this guy. And also put the input switch to line, that's this guy. And the input variable resistor to maximum. I've done that on all 4 channels. It asks us to remove the special shorting connector that connects the encoder send to the encoder receive. These jacks are located on the rear of the machine. They look like this. Okay. It says apply 400 hertz neg22 signal from the oscillator. We're going to use our trusty Paragraph test set. Got it set for neg20. So at the 0 dB range, that's going to be neg20, and we want to drop it down to neg22. Okay, we're going to apply that signal to the input on jack 1 or line 1. That's this guy. The output of the oscillator is going into this TEAC on jack number 1 or channel 1. And we should adjust the source cal switch, the VR194, for neg 8 dB at the encoder send jack. And the encoder send jack is located here. And now we'll monitor the input signal, and that's coming into the meter from here into the meter. So I'm going to see what's coming in, and it's saying that it should read neg 8 dB. We've got our scale set for neg 20 at the 0, so we're going to put it down to 0 dB, and we're going to look for the meter to go down to neg 8 dB, and it is at neg 8. So that one's good. I'm going to check the other 3 channels. Okay, and I forgot to mention that if we do need to make an adjustment on the line input level calibration, we're to go to VR194, and we can look on our little cheat sheet to tell us where it is. The source calibration is located right here, and if you lose your place, just count the number of level channel input output adjustments here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and as you're looking at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's directly below that. That's VR 194. I'm on channel 2 now, and it is a little low, so we need to bring it up to neg 8 dB. And a quick shout out to my friend Tim. He sent me these, I guess he saw me using a little 7-level screwdriver to do some of these calibrations, and he sent me these ceramic adjustment tools. Tim, thanks so much, man. You're a very, very good friend. I appreciate all the conversations that we have. So I'm on VR194, and I'm going to tweak that slightly so we can get this signal up to neg 8 dB. And we're good. I'm going to check channel 3. And that one's a little low also. Again, we're just going to adjust VR 194 for channel 3. And channel 4. And again, it's just a shade low. Let's bring it up slightly. Again, VR 194. Okay, I'm gonna go back and check channel 1 again because I accidentally adjusted it when I was adjusting channel 2. Looks like I put it back to where it was supposed to be. So all 4 channels have been calibrated. So that was the minimum input level adjustment. The next step is it tells it to change the input signal from that neg 22 dB signal to a neg 12 dB and adjust the input level for neg 8 dB at the encoder send jack. So we'll come back over to our oscillator, and instead of sending that neg 22 signal into the TEAC, it wants us to send a neg 12 dB signal into the oscillator. So I'm going to boost up the output of the oscillator. I want it to read neg 12, so it should be at number 2. Adjust it slightly. I can make a minor adjustment here. Let me get it right at neg 12 dB. And as we're monitoring the output of the TEAC by pushing this button, we want it to read neg 8 dB. So we're neg 4 or thereabouts. No, not neg 4. We're here about neg 8. Okay, so we're going to adjust the line input level. We're going to rotate this counterclockwise until we reach neg 8 dB. And it's going to be right there. Okay. And we can see that the knob is approximately 2 o'clock. I'm going to do that on all 4 channels. That was channel 1. Moving over to channel 2. Again, all we're doing is rotating the line input until we reach neg 8 dB. And it's in the same position, approximately 2 o'clock. It's going to be channel 3. 1, 2, 3. I'll rotate it down to neg 8 dB. Okay, and again, it's 2 o'clock on channel 1, 2 o'clock on channel 2, approximately 2 o'clock on channel 3. We're going to go ahead and set channel 4 for approximately 2 o'clock. We'll see how close we are to that neg 8 dB when we change our jacks from track 3 to track 4. Close. I'm going to bring it down just a little bit. And we'll look to see where we are now. Yeah, they're virtually all in the same position. Okay, so the next step is the output amp gain adjustment. It tells us to reinstall those jumpers in between the encoder send and receive jacks. I've done that already. Okay, and connect the voltmeter to the output of jack 1. This is the output. Set the level controls to position 8. And you can see there's a little indentation on the, it's hard to see, but right here, let's get right here. You see this little indentation? It wants us to put the output at position 8 on all 4 tracks. We've got all those guys set. And then we're going to apply that same 400 hertz tone at -12 dB from the oscillator into jack 1. We've got that going in now, and the output is going to come out from here. And we're going to just adjust R149, which is the output calibration switch, for -8 dB at the output jack, which is here. So we've got our oscillator set up for -12 dB. This will be a 0 reference line. And so this is -2 all the way down to -12. Now we're going to monitor what's coming out of the machine, and it should be -8 dB. So we don't need to adjust those knobs on top, the potentiometers on top, because they want us to leave it at position 8, which is the specified output. We make the calibration at R149 to bring that signal down to -8 dB. And R149 is here. You can see it on the little cheat sheet. I'm just going to rotate this potentiometer until we read -8 dB. It's almost there. I'm going to do that on all 4 channels. That's channel 1. Move over to channel 2. That one's a little high also, so we're going to bring it down to -8 dB. That gives us channel 2. Okay. Channel 3. That one's dead on. And we'll move over to channel 4. Very high, so we bring it down to -8 dB. Let me double check it. Okay, I'm going to adjust this meter down to -8 dB. Alright, and that concludes the output amp gain adjustment. Next up is the VU meter calibration. We would adjust R159 to make sure that all the VU meters read 0 dB at the VU meters. And that's R159 meter calibration, which is located here beneath the 3rd knob. That would be this guy. But I've checked those and they're all right on the money. This is channel 1. Go over to channel 2. Again, they're all dead on the money. If I needed to adjust those guys again, we'd go to R159. I'm on channel 2 now. Just give you a demo. And we can move the meter up and down as we needed to, but I'm going to keep it at 0 dB. Next up is the playback head alignment. I have an MRL tape loaded onto the machine. I'm going to press play and we should see a sine wave on channels 1 and 2 of the oscilloscope. Okay, when I add those 2 signals together, we should get a solid line going across. Next up, we're going to check the head alignment on the playback head alignment on the TEAC 3440. I have an MRL tape loaded onto the machine now, and when I play this tape, we should see 2 sine waves for the left and right channel on the oscilloscope. Channels on the oscilloscope. this is the guy talking, then you should see a steady tone. So there we go. We got the left and the right channels represented with those sine waves. And we put those two signals together. We should see a solid line. That's very, very good. I really don't want to screw with that, but we'll try to get it a little better by adjusting the azimuth alignment screw. Like I said, that's a really good signal, certainly within tolerance. I'll try to bring it down a little closer. That's a little better, so we're going to leave it right there. Now the playback head is aligned. Next up is the output level setting. It tells us to connect the voltmeter to the decoder send jack 1. So we remove those jacks on the decoder side now, and we play that 400 hertz. It says 400 hertz tone, but my MRL tape is a 1000 hertz tone. And we adjust the playback cal potentiometer, which is our 143 for -8 dB, as seen at the decoder send jack. So decoder send jack is located here, and I've got that going into my meter, and we're going to be looking for a -8 dB signal as I'm playing the MRL tape. If I need to make an adjustment, we'll do that adjustment at R143. The playback calibration adjustment is right here for channel 1. Okay, so I'm going to press play. And we're a little low, so we need to bring it up just a hair to -8. Okay. Okay, and we're going to do that on all 4 channels. Okay, and for the second portion of the output level setting, it tells us to reinstall those jumpers between the decoder send and receive jacks, and check for a -8 dB signal at the output jack when the output potentiometer is set at position 8. And I've done that already on all the channels, but I'm just going to show you that the jacks are reinstalled, and it wants you to check the output of the machine to make sure it's set -8 dB. Then it tells us to turn the output level control fully clockwise and make sure that the signal drops all the way down to -2, or all the way up to -2 dB. I'm just going to briefly show you that. I'm just going to skip over the part where we're checking for the -8, but I'm going to move the output knob all the way to maximum, and we should see this meter go down to -2 dB, plus or minus 2 dB. So it should anywhere between -2 and -4. It's going to be okay. So I'm going to press play, and we're at -2, -2 to -4. A little variation because of the tape, but we're good right there. Next up, we're going to do the record bias adjustment. We'll put the tape speed switch to low, 7.5 inches per second. Output select switch is to play, and we're going to apply a 7,000 hertz tone at -22 dB to the line input jack. So from our oscillator, we're going to set up a -22 dB signal. It's -20, -22. Okay, and that's what's going into the machine. And it doesn't really matter what's coming out of the machine. We're just looking for a reading on the multimeter, because we're going to make an adjustment at this capacitor for channel 1. Which number that is? That's C381, and we're using a blank tape, and we're just recording that signal into the channel 1. And the manual tells us to rotate this capacitor fully counterclockwise. Okay, so about right there. And then we're going to slowly turn it clockwise until the meter reaches its maximum, or we call the hinge point. And again, it doesn't matter where you have your range set on the meter, as long as you can read the signal. And then once it gets up to its maximum, or the hinge point, we're going to back it off, continue rotating the capacitor clockwise until it drops 2 dB. This one's going up quite a bit. Change the setting a little bit more. Okay. Continuing to go clockwise. That's like -28. Okay, 27, 26. Okay. Okay, now it's at -18. I'm going to continue rotating clockwise. -17 looks like it's where it maximizes at. So we're going to continue to rotate the capacitor clockwise 2 additional dB. So we're going to bring it down to -19. -17 was its maximum, and we adjusted it an additional 2 dB downwards. So we're at we've overbiased it 2 dB to -19. And again, that number doesn't really matter. You just want to go 2 dB past its hinge point. Next up is the record level set. We're going to apply a 400 Hertz tone at -12 dB to the line input jacks, and check that the line and output controls are still in their specified positions, which they are. We haven't messed with those. And then begin recording that -12 dB signal into adjust R206, the record level adjustment, for -8 dB at the meter. So we've set our oscillator. It's at -12 dB. So this is -10. This is -12. And at 400 Hertz, 10 times 40 is 400 Hertz. That's what's going into the machine. And I'm still in the record mode from when we were doing our bias check. So we're going to check the output. And we should be reading -8 dB. We're -9, so we need to bring it up just a little bit, and we're going to adjust that R206, which is here. We're going to adjust these 4. And we're just going to bring it up a little bit until the output reaches 0 dB, or -8 dB. Oop, I'm on the wrong channel. Put it on number 1. Also on number 4. Okay, and I'm going to adjust that R206 to read 0 dB, or excuse me, -8 dB. Let's bring it up to -8. While we're here, we'll go ahead and do channel 2. That was pretty close. Still need to be brought up a little bit, and this is channel 2. Let's bring it up to -8 dB. And this is, again, this is just the record level, so you'll be getting the output as at the same level as the input. Channel 3 needs to be brought up just a hair, from -9 to -8. And lastly, track 4. brought up also. Okay, and that's the record level adjustment. One last check to make sure those the playback and record heads are in alignment. This is the output of the deck on channels 1 and 3. We're in the play mode, so this is the actual recording. And then when we add those two signals together, we should get that steady signal. And we see that this is the record head and the playback head. This shows the playback and the record head are in alignment. And since no one wants to listen to test tones, we're recording a song from my PC onto this unit. This is the actual recording at 15 inches per second. This is what's going on to the tape. And this is the actual recording. I'm going to drop it down to 7.5 inches per second. Again, this is the TEAC A-3440 reel-to-reel.